This just in, we're interrupting Evil Dead Week to bring you a review of Trailer Park of Terror.
Written by Timothy Dolan, directed by Steven Goldmann, starring Nichole Hiltz, Lew Temple, and Jeanette Brox, 6 troubled teens and their counselor end up at the Trailer Park of Terror after their bus crashes. They now have to escape from hillbilly demons. What do we like about this movie, guys?
I'm gonna kick it off with the practical effects, the makeup, the special effects. The hillbilly demons looked amazing. It looked really grotesque and something almost like right out of Iron Maiden.
Even the effects on Norma's face, really well done. I mean, the blood from the kills were amazing. The kills themselves that were done, they looked very well done with the practical effects. So it was amazing overall.
I like the production value, especially for a movie called Trailer Park of Terror, made in 2008. I thought that this was going to be super indie and really shitty, but it wasn't. Thankfully. They had some really cool camera moves. Just in general, the sound was good, the acting was pretty solid all around, and just, it looked nice.
I mean, especially the set design. The entire Trailer Park of Terror was just a great location. It was enclosed, deserted, but it still felt like you were in an open area, like they had a lot to utilize. But the rooms inside the trailers, there was so much detail involved in each of these sets, and it was really well done and looked nice.
Yeah, the character of each individual trailer was really well done. It matched up with a character, it felt unique. So there was clearly a lot of thought going into, making these characters, giving them a home, and it paid off. I liked the humor in this. It was funnier than I thought it would be, to be honest. I mean, like you said, I didn't expect much going in, but the quality overall was just far beyond what I thought. What didn't we like about this movie, guys?
I wasn't a huge fan of how much they went into the characters. I know they were developing really cool and unique characters for both the kids and like the trailer park guys, but there were a couple different flashbacks that were a little bit unnecessary and redundant because we already had established what kind of characters the people in the trailer park were. It didn't add too much, but it did tack on about 20 minutes to the film, so it also made the runtime like an hour and 44 minutes, which was a little long for this style of movie, and I really felt it towards the end.
I didn't like when they go into the diner and they start talking and you kind of get to start knowing the kids. I feel like that could have just all been done on the bus. I found myself just stopped paying attention during that part, just kind of zoning out, because it felt long and unnecessary. I already kind of had an idea of who the douchebag was, who was the final girl and all the stereotypes, so I just really didn't need that.
We didn't need so much of the backstory. What I would have rather seen is more that in-between time, more detail on the deal with the devil and more detail as to how the characters just flipped.
It felt like there was just this jump. I mean, we went 27 years into the future.
They jumped from Norma killing all of the trailer park guys to them becoming demons with little to no explanation other than she had talked and possibly made a deal with the devil. We didn't have any kind of build-up as to how they became demons or why they became demons or the hierarchy of power.
Yeah, and there was one main character who was established in the past that had nothing to do with their future, and that was the sheriff. That guy just kind of went off grid, and you would assume someone who killed the main character's mother would have been an important underling or demon.
Once again, touching on the story and the characters, all of the characters that we were supposed to kind of root for, like the kids, kind of got killed off for no reason pretty quickly and without any feeling behind the kills. I mean, one of the guys who's supposed to be the final guy gets crushed by a car and they don't even look back. It doesn't even matter. And it seemed like everyone who died in this movie didn't matter, which makes all of the humans pretty much useless in this movie.
Time for our final thoughts and ratings.
I really enjoyed Trailer Park of Terror. I thought that the story was very cool and I was really engaged with it. The idea of them making a deal with the devil and them coming back and terrorizing these people, it was nice for me. I mean, sometimes it's overdone, but in this case, I enjoyed the story. I thought the kills were cool, the practical effects were amazing, the makeup was phenomenal, Even the humor was really good in this. I enjoyed getting to know more of the demon characters than the human characters, which is not a good point necessarily, because you're supposed to be rooting for the humans, but I actually liked the demons a lot more. So that being said, I'm gonna give this film 4 putting on my face out of 5.
Unlike John, I didn't really like this movie. It did have some pretty decent special effects and the production value was pretty good, but I felt the story just dragged on a lot and we invested in the characters for too long for no reason. It just seemed like a big waste of time to me. And I also wasn't a big fan of the comedy, so it didn't help like move the story along. I just cringed at a lot of the jokes that were made, or I just didn't find them funny. I don't know. So I'm gonna give this 1.5 hillbillies doing pretty much exactly what we're doing out of 5.
This movie was pretty much right in the middle for me. It was enjoyable while watching it. I wouldn't go back and watch it again, I don't think. But I think it was a good first viewing. It had a nice self-contained story and setting, which I enjoyed. The characters were enjoyable enough. Now, it didn't have that intensity or maybe that tension that needed to be built up, which is why some of the deaths came off flat. But I still think it was worth watching, and the practical effects alone were pretty good. So I'm going to give this 3.5 weird devil handguns out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and let us know your favorite hillbilly horror movie that's not The Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn 1 through 6. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all of our reactions, reviews, and games of What Would You Do.